guys, today we are joined by a very special guest. If you guys know me or you've watched my videos, you know Jayla, my sister. So today we are doing a little Q&A. We are very close in age, so we're very close growing up and have done almost everything together, and we are very opinionated, so
Yes.
I was like, we should do a Q&A together. So over on my Instagram, I asked you guys to ask us some questions just about us, our relationship, basically anything. And so I have them here, so we're going to answer them. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the first question that we got like a bunch of is what our favorite childhood memory is together, and also just like basic what is our favorite memory together. So I thought we could do like a childhood memory and then like a more recent one.
Okay. Childhood memory, I think something we did a lot growing up, and I kind of like what I put in your maid of honor speech, or my maid of honor speech for you, was we played pretend all the time. We had our own like separate families all the time. So my husband's name was Matt, yours was Hal.
Yeah.
Like Matt and Hal, and I think we did like Bob Jones growing up a lot, so I think we like pretended we were Bob Jones teachers too. It's a homeschool program for those of you who don't know what that is. We would play that all the time and use like all our stuffed animals, all the dolls we had were like split up into our own individual families.
We
And
were very dedicated to
we
it.
had like names for all of them and like life events that happened, and
like I remember one time my mom was like, you guys have too many toys, and we were like not keeping it clean, and so she like was like, we're putting a bunch in a bin and we're donating them, and we were like kind of devastated because those
it's like
were
taking away our children.
they were our
yeah.
family, and so we like made a whole storyline about how they died.
There was a lot. I think I do remember. There was gonna be like maybe like a car accident or something, but like a lot of big life. Like we played that all the time, and it was like
everywhere we went,
like a
we were
big
always
part
in
of our
pretend mode.
It was a big part of our lives, like talking about like things about like what me and Matt were dealing with, or you know, because that was like my pretend.
I kind of want to go
husband's
back
name.
and see like what we thought were like adult struggles.
Yeah, adult issues back in the day. I know. So that's something that I remember like us doing all the time. I can think of other things too.
Yeah,
but
you have a way better memory than I do.
I do.
But I kind of remember kind of along the same lines, but something I always loved to do was making movies.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. That was a big thing that we did.
Like
a lot.
We did it
too.
just the two of us, but we also like anytime we had a friend over, it's like, let's make a movie. We would make a whole like script line. We would film like scene by scene.
We had so many clips of movies, especially when we lived in Haiti. We had this whole like series of movies we were filming on our little like I guess little digital cameras, and like there's obviously nothing ever happened with them, but
The plot lines were just
yes, they were
So
great,
good.
I'm sure. But we did that a lot, filmed a lot of movies. That was really fun. And a memory now, I don't know, it's fun. Like, okay, her wedding was super fun, and then when it's kind of, you know, been fun being in more this adult stage of life, I guess, even though we're still so young. But I think it's gonna be super fun too when I get married. Oliver's house is like a minute or two probably from your apartment where you're living right now, so we're going to be even closer, so I'm sure we'll hang out even more, or like run back and forth, like if we need something, just like run to your house and grab some flour or something. If I need something for my recipe, I don't have to run to the grocery store. It'll be nice just living so close.
Yes, for sure. I would say, yeah, my wedding, and like we've done like a lot of girls trips lately.
Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely a different dynamic. I mean, obviously it is, but I feel like now, especially since I've moved out, we're more like friends. We're kind of in the same like friend group than even like family. It's just like different. So
and
we've
very
just
much
done
in
a
the
lot of
same,
fun
I mean,
things.
you're married now. I feel like we've been a lot kind of the same stage of life.
Yeah,
think
around
you're
the same time. Like,
Also, fun fact, our weddings, or we're going to be 5 days apart from being the same age, like when I get married versus when she got married. Like her wedding, like we're going to be about the same age, just 5 days off from being the exact same age getting married. So
just having turned 20.
just having turned 20 in a couple months and weeks after that. So we've done so much of the stuff together. I feel like it's crazy that like, oh yeah, we're getting married at basically the exact same age too. It's just funny how that worked out.
No. Like our life stages have, I feel like we've just done so much together. So that kind of goes into this question, sort of, with like having things change since I've been married, is do you miss living together? I'll go first because obviously it's different for me because
That's a good question.
I moved out and I, moved in
married.
with my husband Keegan, whereas you have been have had the room to yourself. We've shared
I've
everything.
got used to living by myself without like living by myself in our childhood home, I guess, without you there, and you just moved out. For living with someone else.
So for me, do I miss it? No. But it's a special time. I'm wow, I had such a good childhood growing up, and I always had you to talk to rant about whatever. Yes, lots of ranting. To rant about whatever. Lots of hashing things out. But now I kind of have Keegan. I mean, he's a guy. Sometimes it is different. It's just, but I love living with Keegan now. They were both good. That was good for its season, but I'm not oh, I wish I could go back.
I don't miss it either. I think at first it was kind of hard for me. I was always used to sharing a room with Kinsley, so then when she moved out, I had to get used to sleeping by myself, in a room in the basement all by myself. It kind of freaked me out for a little bit, but now I'm totally used to it, and it's really nice, and it's just my parents and me at home now, and it's super nice and super chill that way. And I think, and obviously now, I'm getting ready to get married soon, and even when you moved out, I knew Olive and I would eventually get married probably within the next year or two, so, I didn't feel I was going to be, just stuck there for a long time by myself, all lonely now, so I think more than anything, I'm more going to miss, our childhood home and stuff more than...
Yeah, for sure. Even just, going back home, we lived, besides the 2 years that we lived in Haiti, we've lived in the same house, and that, house is just... Especially now that I moved out, I'm it's so special, and it's, I don't know.
Lots of memories there, and
for sure.
Nice property and everything. It's just,
Somebody asks how many siblings we have.
Obviously, we have each other, so there's 2 of us, and we have one older brother he just had a birthday. I'm so bad at remembering his age. Is he 23 now? Yeah, because he's exactly about 4 years.
No, he's 24. No, he'd actually be 24 because...
I thought he was 2 years older than you.
But this year I'm turning 22, so he's 2 and a half.
21. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's really bad, but yes. He's 24. So, Rylan, hi, if you're watching this.
We have, so just 3 of us. We're all pretty close in age. I mean, you and Rylan are 2 years apart, and then we're 20 months apart or something. So, we're all pretty close in age.
And we were all, pretty close growing up, especially, being that close in age. And played a lot together. Next is, what was your favorite vacation and why? So I mean I kind of am thinking obviously I would say my honeymoon, but I'm kind of thinking that we had together a family vacation. My answer, I mean,
you can't count if you don't count anything in Haiti.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Well, whenever we were missionaries in Haiti, every once in a while we would take a vacation
just for some family time, because it's you're always around people there,
always pouring into people, especially
it's
my
nice
parents.
Just to have not us so much.
we were probably the ones that needed poured into.
Yeah. So it was good to have little family getaways.
Yeah, but we would, because we lived in Haiti, we could go to the hotels there were just on the beach, crystal clear Caribbean water. So I didn't really realize now that I've moved back, wow, we had because we lived in the Caribbean, we had really nice vacations. So those were always so fun.
Growing up, we did some fun. Wow, I'm really going blank. I mean, we've done vacation. It's hard because I feel when we said we would go to Haiti, even after we moved back, we do trips to Haiti, and I hardly call them vacation. Is that what they asked? Your favorite vacation trip?
Yeah.
I mean, they still were a really fun trip, and we would do some fun things there, but I hardly count it as a vacation trip, so I can't hardly remember anything.
Yeah. I mean,
I know growing up we would go to Florida some, and those were always super fun.
Yeah,
I feel
we love the beach, obviously. So anytime
loves the beach. So, and actually it was really fun. Even last year, Keegan and Kinsley and me and Oliver went and visited my parents in Florida. That was super fun too. So yeah, basically any beach trips. That's mostly what we did for vacations, I guess, other than traveling to go see family and stuff.
Okay, somebody asks what religion we are. So, I mean, we're Christians, which is the base of our foundation. We believe the Bible to be 100% true, that it is the Word of God.
Base all of our beliefs definitely off the Bible. I guess some people wonder because we wear skirts and dresses mostly, and wear head covering. So we're more. I mean, we're Dunker Brethren, but we're more the Anabaptist section, I guess, of Christianity. So that's just more, when people ask me, it's definitely Christianity. That's the first thing above all other things. It doesn't really matter. I don't like to get too much sometimes into what denomination we are, because the only thing that really matters is Christianity. Like, that's the number one thing. There's, like, different denominations branched off of that just for different interpretations or things that we, like, practice, like head covering, and we wear a different look on modesty and stuff. But number one thing is obviously Christianity and just basing
and then
what we believe off the Bible.
Like, the way that we dress looks a little bit different. That, like, follows Christianity because we, like, take some of the things literally, like wearing a head covering and dressing modestly. We kind of hold a high standard.
Yeah, higher standard for it. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to get like too much into like, oh, we're this denomination, because I want people to like, sometimes it gets really confusing when you start going into that. It's like the number one thing is just having a relationship with God, and
the rest can follow. You can seek it out for yourself.
Seek it out for yourself and what you're personally convicted on and stuff.
Okay, somebody asks when your wedding is.
Okay.
Did we say that you're engaged, that you're recently engaged?
Oh, maybe not.
I thought I was going to say that, like, in the introduction, but you got engaged a few months ago. We're super excited.
So, my wedding is exactly from today. We're filming this on the 20th.
That's
4
true.
months from today. So my wedding is May 20th. So
exciting.
Starting to come up. We had about like a 7.5 month engagement, something like that. So we're starting to get to the halfway mark, which is good and exciting. So yep, May 20th. So hoping to have a nice outdoor wedding with some nicer weather if we do it a little bit later in the year like that.
Somebody asked who's better at volleyball. That'll just like a little context if you're not from our background.
Me? No.
It's like, volleyball is like all you do in our youth group.
Play a lot of volleyball.
So, like, we never played on, like, a sports team, like, in school or anything, but, like, we played a lot of volleyball just, like, with youth, so I think a lot of youth groups are like that.
In our church group,
that's
like, that's just what a lot of our youth groups
So
did.
who's better?
I mean,
say you.
I say me just because I'm not saying I'm that great. I'm just probably more coordinated than you.
Yeah.
I'm not like that great, but I would just say coordination wise, I have better coordination. So.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
and I'm not by any means like great at all, so I'm not trying to say that.
I was thinking like, we both are very unathletic. I believe it partially on like we didn't play sports growing up, but it might just be in the genetics, like just.
Yeah.
Especially me, uncoordinated. But we both love volleyball. Like, that did not stop us.
Sport to play. I mean.
But I was like, I feel like we both, like, have good days and bad days. But I was like, your good day and my good day, like, your good day is probably better than my good day.
Just like, I'm probably better coordinated than you.
Yeah,
so.
a little bit.
Not like I'm like so much more athletic or anything.
What are things you're looking forward to after both of you are married?
I think I'm looking forward, like I said, we're going to live so close, so it'll be fun to like, like Sunday afternoons, like how we can just chill at each other's houses. Wait, what's the question again? What we're looking forward to, like, together?
Yeah, after both of us are married. Well, I mean, yeah, you could answer separately. One thing I'll just say for us together, I'm also looking forward to like taking vacations together.
Oh, that's true. That'll be fun. Like doing a little weekend trips together. That sounds fun.
But I am curious what like you're looking forward to most, like for you and Oliver.
I think it'll be fun. Even like, cause like us four get along really well, like her husband and my fiance. And so now that we live so close, like even just having you guys over for dinner, just like a casual thing. Like right now it's hard because I'll have you over at my parents' house maybe, but it's kind of like a long drive to go over there. So even like weekends and stuff, like we can start a new show together, or like a movie we've been wanting to watch. It's like easy just to go over to each other's house real quick. Yeah. And do stuff together. And yeah, the vacation part will be fun. We can go on like little trips together.
What are you looking forward to most for yourself personally?
About
like,
being married?
Yeah, like with Oliver.
Oh, what am I looking for? Okay. Just living together and like seeing each other every day, always being together. It's not, I don't know, that just sounds so fun. And like I think it sounds really fun to be a housewife. Yeah. I am looking forward to like cooking us meals and like meal planning and kind of having that schedule, but I'm just like being together in the evenings. Like right now it's like we see each other a couple times a week, kind of like have to plan like what we're gonna do. I mean, he usually comes over to my house a lot, but I don't know, I'm just looking forward to just being together all the time. It feels like we have been together forever. I mean, we've liked each other for I think about 4 years. So
plus, like if you don't count when you guys were like little.
Well, that's about, yeah, when we were little we liked each other too for a little bit, but
like yeah.
So it feels like finally like we're just gonna be able to be married and finally like living in the same house together and just like it's a very exciting new chapter of life to start together. So
like
very excited for that.
Someone who has been married, like it's not glamorous, but like it is so fun. Like I don't know, you hear some people saying like, oh, just wait, which I know I'm still a newlywed, but like I think married life can genuinely be a lot of fun when especially when you're like prioritizing God and prioritizing each other.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to do to wind down?
Sounds so bad, like literally just being on my phone. It's like the most lame answer ever.
It does help you
But
wind
like
down.
literally probably just being on my phone, and I'm always winding down by being on my phone, which is like such an unhealthy answer. I feel like, but that's the reality.
I feel like though, like
I don't have like some like good little like read a book and like drink a cup of tea before
I actually was
bed.
gonna say I do enjoy tea before bed. It helps me wind down, and doing skincare kind of like puts me like.
Oh, I'm always like rushing to get that kind of stuff done, so I get in bed and on my phone.
We love the honesty. No, but like honestly, like that's so true. Like everybody has to admit it, unless you've implemented like amazing habits. Like
Kind of the reality.
It's a great way to wind down, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say great, but it's the way that we wind down.
It's the reality of how we wind down.
Yeah. What is your favorite board game? We love Monopoly. We
Us four play Monopoly together a lot. When I say us four, meaning like Oliver and Keegan and us two. That seems like a kind of a game that we play together when we play games together, us four. So Monopoly is fun. It gets like super long, and some of it's like, some you're like either bound to win or like, okay, I literally have no good properties, and like I'm definitely not gonna win. So it's like it's kind of draining that way. But Monopoly, I don't play a lot of board games.
No,
so that's
you're
like the
not
one
really a big game.
That's probably the one that I play the most. So I'm just gonna say that, I guess.
I would say that one, and I would also say Secret Hitler.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't played that or haven't heard of that, I would recommend it. It's really
the name
fun.
sounds questionable,
Yeah.
but
It's actually really fun, a fun party game. So, okay, somebody asked, this is a juicy one. Somebody asks, what is the biggest fight you've ever gotten into with each other and why?
we don't get into a lot of big fights, especially now.
Yeah.
The biggest fights we got into back in the day were, we shared a bedroom. I will say I'm definitely more of a clean person than Kinsley.
Yes.
And I would get so annoyed of like her like trying on clothes or something and just like
Figuring out
figuring out an outfit and like leaving them on the floor, like not putting them back on the hanger and hanging them up. We also shared like most of our clothes too. And so there's just like messes left around. Like she wouldn't do her part of cleaning or doing laundry or something. And I would just like, I'm not just gonna clean up after you all the time. Like, no, you have to do it yourself. And like I would sometimes like just get really like bossy. Sounds like there's a better
you
word
would
for
just,
that. But
like-
I'd be like, just tell you like this needs to be done, and then you would get like really mad.
Because I didn't want to be bossed around by my little sister.
Yeah.
Like,
So that was probably like the biggest, and that would occur. That would occur more. Has occurred more than once.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the biggest fights that we'd ever get into. It wasn't like
Yeah.
ever like some big issue. It was always just like, I think me bossing you around about something that I was really
I
annoyed
was
about
always-
not getting done, and you were getting annoyed about me telling you to do it. That was kind
Yeah.
of the big.
I was also thinking because we shared clothes, like, I remember fighting about who got to wear things when we were, like, a little bit younger. Like, I remember reading in my journal, like, we were going through my, I know, it was so cringe. Going through my childhood journal, and it was something about, like, I called to wear this article of clothing, and then Jayla
Oh.
did it, and she is such a sass. I'm so sick of her. And then she went and told on me and told to mom, and mom said that she could have it, and I was so
Okay, you
mad.
say that we should all like it's calling things like I call a front seat, or I call wearing this tonight, or I call like it's like to secure your spot.
I
with
wonder,
anything.
do other siblings? Let me know other siblings do that.
I
That was
feel
like
we did
our whole
that
childhood.
a lot. It's like I call this, I call that, like to get like first dibs. Like I call sitting in the passenger seat, and it's like I didn't call
Oh,
it.
I didn't get there in time.
So that is funny. I'm sure you're like, oh, I call wearing that. So like super cute.
And then you like
Thing.
pull it out, already put it on. And
Yeah.
I'm like telling mom, and mom's probably like, just, I'm so
Dumbest
sick
thing
of
ever.
it.
Yeah.
I think this is the last question that we'll do. Very sweet. Oh, what is your favorite thing about each other? Now, I will say, I feel like if you know us, you know our relationship. This is probably good for us because we have like, I don't even know how to describe it. But
We're
like,
very close, but yet we're not like
blunt and just like,
we're not like first of all we're not like sweet to each other. Not like we don't like each other. Like we've never like been like huggy and like oh just like I love my sister. Like we've never been that way.
or like, oh, like besides like, oh, that outfit's cute or whatever, but like,
I actually have something cute on.
wow, look at you. But like, we're not like, wow, like, I just really value you. But, you know, it's not necessarily a good thing. Like, I'm sure we can do better. So, what is your favorite thing about me?
Give us a minute to think.
I can go first.
Because you would have time to think about this.
This is really hard. Well, I had two things that I was going to say. The first is, like, why I enjoy hanging out with you is because, like, you're funny. Like, I feel like we both get each other's sense of humor.
Yes, definitely have
like,
the same sense of humor.
I'm sure we think that we're, like, funnier than anybody else does.
We think we're so funny.
We think we're hilarious. But, like, whenever we get together, it's like our jokes just, like, bounce off of each other. And
Definitely, like, the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
And kind of go off of that. Like, it's so nice. Like, we about have the same opinions on everything. Not necessarily, like, we think a lot the same. So, like, I can talk to you about anything, and, like, you're going to totally, like, understand what I'm saying. And, like, it's like having a sister, you can kind of just, like, hash about, like, anything you're annoyed about. Whereas, like, you're not really going to hash to other friends sometimes because it's, like,
everyone has their own, like, perspective. It's probably just, like, growing up at the same time with the same background. We just see the world the same way.
And so, like, something I can just, like, totally tell. I'm, like, completely unfiltered to you because it's, like, yeah, you probably think the same thing. Like, yeah, you know that's annoying, or yeah, you get what I'm saying. That's definitely super nice. I feel like this isn't, like, a great answer to the question. So I'm trying to think of something else, but, like, you personally, not just about, like, how you benefit me. Like,
yeah. Well, the one thing I will say about your character is I feel like you, especially with outreach and stuff, like, you're not just a sayer, you're a doer.
Wow, that's a pretty big compliment because I feel like I'm a big sayer and not a doer.
Well, and I know, like, you're not perfect at it, but I feel like you've done more than a lot of people have of just, like, you initiate things, you're like, well, let's just go do this. Like,
that is
let's
true.
go let's go
that is one thing, yeah.
fill these, like, food trucks or whatever. And you are super passionate about mission work, which I think is great. Like, I think we all should be passionate about mission work, whether it's overseas or in our communities. But I feel like you're gonna do it. You're not just, like, talking about it. And yeah, you're also really good at initiating things, whereas, like, I'm kind of like, well, what if everybody doesn't want to? And, like, I don't know, I'm not as good at initiating it, so I appreciate that about, like, your character.
Yeah. I'll say one thing for you. I feel like I should have had more time to think about this one because I feel like I'm not like a very good answer. I mean, one thing is, like, you're pretty dedicated to things. Obviously, even with this YouTube channel, like, you're pretty good at, like, doing a video every single week and, like, putting the time in to edit that every single week when it's, like, you don't necessarily have, like, this, like, it's not like your full-time job. It's just, like, a side thing that you do. So you have a lot of dedication to that. And I feel like you are, like, a very good homemaker. Almost sure.
Well, I mean, it's
like, even more than, like, I would say, even, like, when I married, I don't say that you were, like, you love to cook, maybe not clean so much, but, like, you're good, like, cooking, like, good meals and, like, making, like, good things, and, like, I feel like I'm just more going to, like, the quick and easy thing. Yeah, I feel like you're very good. So you're a very good homemaker, I can tell, and
thanks.
I feel like I can't think.
That's okay. That's enough. Yeah. I mean, keep them coming. But
I can't think. Just off the spot, I can't think of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things, like, I've appreciated growing up with you. Like, it's been so nice. Like, so nice to have someone to talk to about everything. And, like, having an older sister and stuff.
I think getting older, you appreciate it more, like, looking back. Like, you kind of take it for granted when you live with each other, and then they do something that annoys you, and you're just like, oh, my word. Like,
yeah.
Like, we just shared, like, everything, so sometimes I just felt like, oh, my word, like, you were just everywhere. I can't get away.
Yeah, especially being so close to the same age, too. It was always, like, I was always one step behind you. It was, like, entering youth group and, like, different stuff that you, like, wanted to have, like, a year to do it by yourself without having me, like, right there, like, going to summer camp and stuff.
Okay, well, that is all the questions. I thought this was, like, a lot of fun just discussing, because these aren't, like, things maybe we would, like, talk about with each other, but it's kind of fun to reminisce.
Yeah, good reminisce session.
And yeah, if you guys, we'd love to have Jayla back on the channel. If you guys want to see her again, give this video a thumbs up.
If you would like us sometime to do, like, a more in-depth video about, like, some certain topics, like some certain, like, bracket, like, even, like, I don't know,
our faith.
our faith or
relationships.
Because we both have had experience. Obviously, you're married, I'm getting married, have experience in relationships. Just like even going like more in depth on something, that would be interesting too.
Yeah.
So
I think it'd be fun just because like
we both have, like you said, we both have a lot of opinions and thoughts on things.
not that the world needs to hear them. But
Yeah. So like you do want to know like our opinion or our honest like what we would say about something.
Yeah. We'd
We
love
have
to
it.
do a part 2, part
Yes.
3 if that's something you guys are
Let us
interested.
know.
Let me know. DM me on Instagram or comment below. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Jayla, for coming on my
been
channel.
fun.
And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye guys.